What do you think of Trump?
I, I myself, I think, I think I'm going to vote for him.
Really?
Yeah, in the next election. Yes, I am.
Are you ready for the blowback?
Well, yeah.
Which inevitably comes
well,
with Trump?
you know, I think in this election, everybody's got to, I think they're going to take a side or whatever, but it's, it just seems to me, it just makes sense. I was ready not to vote for Trump until what I saw is more than politics. I see a weaponization of our justice system.
Yeah.
And a challenge to our Constitution, us as Americans, that I don't think we're going to have. And, you know, Trump is the most investigated person probably in the history of the world. And they haven't been able to really get him on anything.
And this whole Stormy Daniels thing, to me, is so kind of pathetic. I mean, whatever happens, as we sit here now, that we're going to find out in a few days whether he's guilty or not guilty. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't.
If anything, if he's found guilty, it'll probably help him more.
Yeah, even the way you just said it made it seem like that trial, or guilty or not guilty, is about Stormy Daniels,
Right.
which it's not.
No, it's not.
And in fact, what is the crime? I still can't figure it out.
Well,
well, the crime, neither can they, because they haven't said what it is. They took a misdemeanor that had run out of its time, and you know, turned it somehow trying to turn it into a felony, and but they won't even say what that is.
Do you have to like Trump to vote for him?
No.
Do you like him personally?
Well, look, you know, I was in the last. It is in the last campaign, and in 16, and you know, and in 20, I found myself going, "Oh, please don't do that. Please don't say that." You know, it's like these things have come out of his mouth, and but as president, the only thing I liked about Trump was everything he did.
Right.
You know, what he did with Korea, with Rocket Baby, the way he defeated ISIS in 3 weeks. You know, people don't even remember it happened so fast. How he stood up for us overseas, and China, and the way he responded to China. He stands up to people, and that's what makes him a leader, rather than what I kind of compare it to what was going on in Jimmy Carter's administration, where we were trying to be everybody's friend and pal. And there's some evil people and bad actors in this world. And so, you know, people might call him an asshole, but he's my asshole.
Right. No, I get that.
Because he's I'll tell you one true thing about him is that I really feel that he is working for the American people. That's what he's all about. And I do believe that to be true and sincere.
And is Biden simply too old? Is that the biggest problem for him?
I don't feel he's at the helm.
Right.
I don't feel he's there. And I feel that he says things to get votes, not that he truly believes in them.
You know, I just wanted to play that clip there and just shut up. You know, I just wanted to be quiet because I agree with just about everything that he said, including the end when Pierre Morgan asked him. I said act him. Goodness gracious, he's an actor, and that's what I was thinking about. But he asked him, "Is Joe Biden too old?" And in my mind, it's not an issue with age, right? And I've said that time and time again. It has nothing to do with age. I've seen folks that are well into their 70s that are extremely athletic, and my jaw drops. I'm like, wow, that is incredible. Or in incredible shape, right? It's not an age thing, because as I've said before, and I'll say it once again, getting old is a beautiful thing. That is something that we all would love to do. But there's a lot of folks, and you and I know a lot of them, right? Know some of those folks who will never get to see the age of 50 or 60, let alone 70, right? So getting old is a beautiful thing. That's something to be proud of. you know, because a lot of people didn't get that opportunity. You're blessed. But when you're the leader of the free world and you're showing your age, that's a problem. And what I mean by that is Joe Biden and Trump are basically the same age. I want to say there's like 4 years difference. But it doesn't look like it. You see Trump walking around, interacting with folks. And yeah, you know he's old, right? Of course. Duh. But then you look at Biden doing it, and you think like he's like 20 years older than Trump. That's what I mean by showing your age. Like, Trump doesn't show his age. He still seems like he's got some youthful life there. Biden seems like I'm going to be respectful. We'll just say it doesn't look too youthful, okay? I'll be respectful here. I had something else that I was going to say, but, you know, I'll be respectful. But, yeah, man, I agreed with just about everything that he said. That's why I just played it and just got quiet. I also want to show you guys this clip as well from another actor, one a lot of you may recognize. Check it out.
Can we just talk a little bit about what happened today outside the courthouse in New York, where Robert De Niro, of all people, shows up? And we know he's a Trump hater. We got that. But some of the things
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure how he felt about Trump, Eric. I thought he was kind of on the fence, but frothingly angry. Well, you know, I would say anytime that that people use fear-mongering or think like they always say every 4 years, this is the most important election. This may be the last election, you know, but for him to say today that he's never going to leave. I mean, he left once. So the evidence is he did leave. I will say that we have a very good system. We have the legislature, we have the executive, judicial. It's a pretty good system. James Madison came up with it. I don't think any one man or either party, even if the Democrats win again, and I hope they don't, but if they do, we're strong enough to survive it. It's just, can we allow another 11 million people to come in and change the voting habits of this great country? And we do need immigration. I'm all for it. It just has to be legal. We do need people who want to come in and work, and thankfully, people do want to work, and we need that. However, I believe that the real threat to our system of government, and I don't think it's too good of a system to turn into a dictatorship overnight. But if they want to expand the Supreme Court, that's a big problem. I think if they want to also expand, another thing for people out there, don't be so focused on this national election. Vote local, because thankfully we are not a democracy. We are a democratic republic. So we have our states that are that you can live your life. And that's why I moved the heck out of California to move to the slightly freer state of Arizona. And I'm glad I did. And I just want people to not be so paranoid about this. And if you want to get involved with your local school board. That's the problem with this new administration, as far as if Biden, the regime of Biden, because it's not him, obviously, he's not doing anything. I like when Newsom went to go meet at the White House. He wasn't even there. So,
I agree with a lot of the stuff Rob Schneider said there as well, except for the part that we will be fine. I'm a little hesitant on that one. When you have Democrats openly, right, and I showed you guys the video of Chuck Schumer openly trying to advocate for giving all of these illegals 11 million plus, which Chuck Schumer said 11 million, so I'm going to double that, 20 million plus, citizenship. That's a major problem, because we all know, one, who they're voting for. Two, that is a massive, massive amount of people that need to be vetted, right? Completely. We don't know who these people are, where they came from. There's a lot of gotaways in this country. Like, this whole immigration thing is just completely messed up. And they try to blame it on Republicans and Trump, but I showed you guys the video of Biden admitting that Trump had the border closed. It was secure. And I showed you guys the video of Alejandro Mayorkas bragging that they got rid of all of Trump's border policies. So, like, that whole narrative is out the window. I've already debunked that one. You know, it's totally bogus. But I also do agree with Rob Schneider and Dennis, the other actor in the first video, or the first clip with Pierre, when they said, I don't think it's actually Biden that's running the show. And I believe it. I mean, just think about all of the things that have to be done on a daily basis when you're the president of the United States. You know, stuff that we aren't even aware of on a daily basis, right? I'm sure there's a lot of different things when you're the president of the free world, even just little stuff, you know? And then you look at Biden when he's outside of the White House, when he's doing some kind of speech or just walking, like he just doesn't, like, I just don't believe that's the guy that's actually pulling the strings. Like he may be one of them that might give a tiny bit of input, but there's a lot of other people around him that are basically giving most of the input, and he might sprinkle in a little something here or there. That's my opinion on how it's all working. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. I just thought these two clips were, especially the first one with Dennis, was quite interesting because of what they were saying, and I agree almost completely with Dennis. Like, holy cow. Like, that was almost spot on. Almost completely spot on talking to Pierre. But I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.